What is up, everybody? Today is Tuesday, October 29th. We took two trades today, and one of them was a loser, and the second one was a winner. So let's get into why I took each one. So starting out on the higher time frame, right? We always start out with the higher time frame. I like to start marking out the previous day high and previous day low levels because typically you will find that there will be setups that will be found within it. I mean, sometimes when we take out previous day high, we drop, and when we take out previous day low, we pump. As you can see here, we took out previous day high, dropped, took out previous day high, dropped as well. Sometimes that could be the draw on liquidity, as you can see here, right? So those are areas of interest. Today, we took out previous day low and moved away from it. So that looked to me like we were going to hit previous day high. So going on to the 4-hour time frame, we took out previous day low. Where is it? Right near the open, I believe. Yes. So we took it right at the open. We took out previous day low. We kept wicking below it. The one thing that I had marked out was that if we were going to end up being bearish, I wanted to see a 4-hour close below this 4-hour fair value gap, and there was also a 1-hour fair value gap within it. So I wanted just to see that 10 o'clock open below these two to then target this draw on liquidity for the day. Now, obviously, as you can tell, that did not happen. I dropped down into the 15-minute time frame as well, and to be able to have a bullish bias overall, I wanted to see how price was going to act within this area here. The only thing that I saw in the way of me being bullish was this 15-minute candle, and I wanted to see that become inverted. If that became inverted, then yes, I would be bullish. And especially because at market open, we wicked below, took that out, and then we started to come on up. And that was right under midnight open. So that was a good area to see that we bounced off of that. So overall, I was bearish at first. So as you can see, price opens up. We do this whole nonsense, this manipulation move down, starts to move on up, up, up. And here on this candle from 10:15 to 10:30, we wicked all the way up here, came right back down. So all morning here, I had been looking for a short setup because I was just expecting price to be bearish. The unfortunate part was that at 9:45, we did not have any displacement below that low. So I waited patiently. We had 10 o'clock news. I wanted to see what price was going to end up doing. There were a couple of bearish setups, right? We saw that we had this inversion fair value gap here right at 9:45, but I didn't take that because I wanted to wait for 10 o'clock news. I've noticed lately that my win rate is higher if I wait for 10 o'clock news, if I find a bearish setup of some sort. Now, here is where we see the fact that we had a 1-minute fair value gap here. News does this massive wick up, wick down, but we do not invert that. It continues to hold here. I'm looking for a bearish fair value or a bullish fair value gap to get invalidated overall. Now we move on higher, and then at 10:30, right over here, where is it? 10:30, we close above that 15-minute fair value gap. So, and it was slightly above it, right? I was just kind of hesitant, we closed right below it. This was the nasty move up and wick down. We closed right below it, right below invalidating it. So I decided I'm going to just wait a little bit longer just to see what price was going to end up doing here. So then price moves on up, invalidates this fair value gap right here. I wanted to see if we were going to hold this inversion. It's just mainly reading what price action was going to do, because this PA was terrible in the sense that my trading model did not show up, right? Where I was bearish, all right, after 10 o'clock where I was bearish, there was no bearish setup except for this here. I wanted to see if we were going to end up holding it. Continued to wait. No bearish setup forming, and then by this time now, my bias flipped bullish because of that 15-minute getting invalidated. So I'm waiting for a bullish setup the entire time. Now, there were some bullish setups here, like this one, and I did not take this trade, which in hindsight, I should have, right? In hindsight, this was a solid trade right here. entry above this 1 minute inversion fair value gap, stop below this low, and actually let's mark that out. But I did not take this one. I did not take this one. And my target was previous day high. Right there. Which was a 1 to 3 risk to reward, which isn't bad at all. Right? As you can see, that finally hit right there. But I would have had to endure all of this chop right here. It would have been maddening. So I just waited and waited. I wanted to see what price is going to end up doing. The only thing that was kind of making me a little like what's it called, confident that we were gonna hit that previous day high, and I don't use this often, everyone, but I sometimes take a look at it. I looked at this manipulation here at the open, taking the swing high before and the low that was created with it, the -2 to -2.5 standard deviations, which is where we can get a reversal, sat between previous day high and the previous week high. So overall, I was thinking, yeah, we're going to move on up here and then potentially reverse down after that. So that's why previous day high was my target. Now, after doing this review here, I realized, yes, this was a setup that I did not take. I'm actually going to have to review the footage because I did record myself this morning of why I didn't take this setup at all. But that's neither here or there. I continued to wait, looking for a bearish fair value gap to get invalidated and then to continue moving higher. There were a couple of more that were being invalidated, like this one right here. Put your stop below that low, and as you can see, that got stopped out. But I was just super hesitant because I wanted to actually hit this level, and I was figuring, you know what, the risk to reward is just not there. It wasn't there for me, so that's why I didn't take this one. And then here I was like, you know what, at this point I think we're gonna hit previous day high. So I actually, here at 12 o'clock, usually there is a dump and then a pump, or sorry, there's usually a reversal, so it could be a dump at 12, and I wanted to see what that was gonna do. We did drop. We had a pump up at 12 and then a drop, and then started to recover. So I saw this 1 minute bearish get inverted. I market ordered in, put my stop below that swing low right there. Price moves on up. Now I did move my stop up here, but I decided to actually take it off, and that was obviously a mistake to do that. I moved it back to my original because I was just fed up with waiting all day long, and that quickly got stopped out. So I waited, and I thought to myself, okay, we have accumulation here in Q1. Q2 is dropping, which is what I want if it's going to go to previous day high. We sweep this low from a previous session, okay, and we react out of it, starts to move on higher. We get that 1 minute inversion fair value gap. So I put my limit order right here, and then a stop below that low, and then my target was previous day high. I did not take any partials on this one. I actually made my position break even after this. And yeah, as you can see, it didn't get stopped out. Actually, let me turn on the executions here. Okay, that's better. So actually, I did take this one here. I just realized I did take that one. And when this 1 minute got inverted, I decided to close my position right after that. So it was a small profit, but I did not like that we were not holding that. I completely forgot about that. Here you can see I entered in right there. I put my limit order there and I got stopped out. And then here, you know, it was just like a couple of executions to be able to fill my full order because I limit ordered in. I didn't mark it in. And that, as you can see, ran straight to my take profit where we have consolidated and now broken out of, and now it seems like we're going to hit previous week high. So 1 break even, 1 loss, 1 win. Overall, a great day. Lots of patience. I did see this setup here. I don't remember exactly why I didn't take it, but this also would have been a good setup. Taking this one, reaching to previous day high, but you know, it would have been a lot on the mental to hold that trade. Honestly, I've realized that it's probably easier to get into a trade and then close your screen and check back every couple of minutes, or give it at least 30 minutes to just watch it for a bit. So like if I had entered, where was it? Right here, and then got off at 11:45, that would have been right here. as it's moving on up. So I would have been in profit, felt good about it, having my stop below that low, and then just keeping an eye on it, right? One thing that I'm trying to do now with my trading is that I'm trying to hold at least to a 1 to 2. I want to hold full to a 1 to 2. I did some back testing on that, and more often than not, I do hit 1 to 2s, and I'm going to try to just take the majority of my profit off there. Whether that aligns with the level or not, that's what I'm going to end up doing. It just seems to work out better, and the gain is more exponential in my account because of that. Instead of taking partials and having the trade equate to like a 1.5 or 1.2 risk to reward. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys ended up green today. I made this a little bit earlier. So if you guys are watching this early, make sure to come tonight to the TikTok live. I am going to be live tonight reviewing all of this and then answering any questions you guys may have. So take care, everyone. See you all there. Peace.